Alright guys, so we are back at it again. Going to check up on the fleet. The nice thing about having remote check-ins and check-outs is I had a few cars come back yesterday. And I get to go do it today. I didn't feel like messing with it yesterday. It was towards the end of the day. And I knew I wasn't going to get any bookings for the rest of the day. And I knew I had time the following morning. So that's where I'm heading to now. If you guys are new, I'm Steve. Welcome to my channel, where we go over your rental car fleet, how to make it run smoothly. If you're not quite sure how to get a rental car fleet or how you want to go about this, if you don't want to start an actual rental car business yourself, you can kind of cheat a little bit. Use one of these platforms like Turo, Get Around, Avail, Hire Car, all of them. There's plenty of them. But it's a way for you to start up a fleet of rental cars without having to have all the overhead. So like I said, I had 3 cars move yesterday, actually 2. I had 2 cars come back. I was supposed to have a following car come back like a couple hours after the other 2. 2 were at 4, 1 was at 6. The 6 o'clock renter ended up extending it a day, so that kind of helped out. It just means I have more to do today, later on. But in all honesty, what'll probably happen is I'm gonna do all the pictures I need to today. I just have to do it before a certain amount of time. You know, that 24-hour rule. And one car goes out and another one comes back today. So as long as the car is clean and ready after I clean it and get it ready for it to go out today, I'll basically just get everything set up for that one car, and then everything else, the Mazda, I can deal with that tomorrow instead of making 2 trips back to my fleet. Now, if you do have a fleet kind of close to where you're at, it makes it a little bit easier. This one's about 4 or 5 miles away. It's not bad, but I don't want to make this trip a couple times. That's the biggest thing, is I just don't want to double down on trips. So that's kind of where I'm at, just giving you an idea of what's up, what's to come. I'm a little nervous because I don't have a whole lot of bookings in the future. And I know it's due to summer's over, school's back in session. So people aren't traveling as much. I just can't wait for the snowbirds to get here, that's all. I will have an update of July's earnings. Wasn't that great. There's a lot of reasons to it, but it wasn't that great. It was just shy of $5 grand for basically 6 cars. It could have done better, and honestly I'm not too worried about it. It was just more so the fact that I was on vacation. I had a car come back. That was that rental with the Mazda 6 where the guy was kind of goofy about it. Not a big deal. And I knew that July was going to be kind of an off time period. Out here it's just hot. No one's really wanting to do a whole lot. If anybody's renting, it's because they're coming here to get out of the valley. They don't want to be here with it. Monsoons, I think, really kind of slowed things down too. Not really a whole lot of places to go to with the monsoons. We had gnarly monsoon just roll through here. So yeah, that's it. There's not really a whole lot going on. Like I said, if this thing is legit, you know, if states start shutting down again, I really hope it doesn't. I think enough people are over it. They don't really want to deal with it. They don't want to, I don't know. Got a lot of mixed feelings with it, but I don't really see the whole state shutting down. I know our governor has basically said it ain't gonna happen. Other governors will be a little bit different, but for the most part, it sounds like Arizona's planning on staying open. So that'll definitely be a good thing as far as people coming in. Snowbirds, like I said, I'm expecting them to start showing up here. Usually September, October, end of August, you'll start seeing them rolling in. So that'll be huge for us out here. There are still constantly flights coming in and out, so you know, people are still coming here, whether it's for business or what have you. It's gonna happen. They're gonna be traveling, period. So definitely keep your heads up with that. I know a lot of you guys are having issues with rentals right now. It's just one of those things. We all knew it was coming. Just gotta bear down. Hopefully you saved a little bit just for these slow couple months. Don't worry, it'll pick back up. Trust the process. Like I said, best way to do this, I have a spare set of keys for all my cars. And it makes it kind of nice because those Faraday bags, I can have the renters put them in there and they don't even have to worry about trying to get the lockbox back on the window, because you saw the other videos, they put them in wrong, all kinds of other things. So it just makes it super simple. But now we're here. Keys are all locked in the cars, should be at least. Cars are actually looking pretty clean. But we'll jump into basically the process. How we go about this. Okay, so these are the two Faraday bags. This one is for that lockbox. You guys know what's up with that one. It's a lot smaller. As you can see, there's a key fob, and that one is a lot smaller. It fits perfectly. Now, I did buy a separate one. This one, it is almost double the size. Now, this one is strictly set up just for locking it in the car. Throw the keys in there, lock it in the glove box, be done with it, lock the keys in there, be done. That way they can just walk away, don't have to worry about the lockbox on the window and all that, because we saw that they don't know how to put them on right. So I make it as simple as possible for these guys. We'll get back after it. Every now and then you get surprises. So for the most part, that's it. I got a bunch of pictures on here. Just trying to go back to the previous rentals. Right, yesterday. I'm not gonna quite rate this trip just yet, but I can go through the check-in process. No extra damages. Add some pictures. He's already got his pictures of him uploading the car from yesterday. Now I make sure that they do this. They always try and get away from it. They're like, oh, I know you're gonna take plenty of pictures. No, have them do that, because that's a timestamp of when they dropped off the car. And that way you know they got the car here on time, they were late, whatever, and there's no going back from it because there's a timestamp of it. So that's how I go about all that. Scrolling through, copying all my pictures, and I'll even show you. So there you go. So there you go. I don't know if that's actually. Sorry, I tried to show you, but the polarized lens on this camera blocked it out, so it just made it a black screen, so it didn't even help. But there's 167 pictures, so that's for my check-in. And honestly, like I said, this car's pretty clean. I'm gonna run it through the wash real quick. Just go through and do a once over with the vacuum, be done with it. And then this car will be going back out again today. For the most part, I can use those same check-in pictures for that, minus the dash, because the odometer is clearly going to be different, right? The odometer is gonna be, it's a mile and a half. So I'm gonna add like 3 miles to the car. And really, if a trip's within 3 miles, like, it is what it is. I'm not gonna charge them for it, especially if I use the same odometer number and those 3 miles were on me. But for the most part, I just try and be as exact as possible. That way there's no issues later on. So these pictures did finally upload. Go back in here, zoom in on my odometer, 98360, 98360, and there you go. He drove 1,100 miles, a little over a week or so. Came back, fuel was full. Now a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go through and reset the trip miles, so that way I can kind of see. Most renters, they're not going to change that up too much. He actually did it with one of them, but it was funny because he only did it with one, with trip A instead of trip E. So this actually matched up very close to what trip B was. So now this trip is checked in from the previous renter. Like I said, I'm going to go through, I'll take it to the wash, but I also have this Fiesta over here. I still got to take pictures of that thing, so I'll show you doing all that too. It's the same repetitive motion, especially the more cars you have, the more you're going to have to do this. Like I said, I got these 2 cars that came back today, and then I have one more car that comes back today, and then the Civic leaves tomorrow or today. It's nothing too major. It is hot. I'm gonna tell you right now, it is hot out right now. I am curious to see what ends up happening. Like I said, with the COVID, I've heard a couple people in California, they're just slowing down for rentals. Still waiting for more pictures to upload. It's just, like I said, it's so stinking hot. It's not fun. Not fun out here. I mean, you can see I'm sweating. Like, I'm waiting for it to start showing through on my shirt. It hasn't yet, but it's coming close. So I'm gonna get back after this one. I'm gonna get this one, the Civic, all locked up while I take pictures of the Fiesta, and hopefully I can do this before my camera gets overheated and says we can't take pictures anymore. Thought I did it. Bad things about having cars at other places. I almost forgot the key. Now, a lot of time people will leave napkins and straws in the glove compartment. Honestly, I always try and get rid of that because I not want to really encourage them to be eating and drinking in there, but it is what it is. I just try and keep it as clean as possible for everybody and make sure it's as sanitary for everybody as possible too. So let's get after more pictures. So there you go, that's that. Let's get in the AC. I don't know if you can really tell. It's just starting to leak a little bit there. Stinking mosquitoes. Get out here. Get out here, monkey. Get out here, monkey. Mosquitoes, man, they love me. I hate them. They're so bad. I welt up like baseballs. And you can see, there's a reason why my hats get destroyed. So that's my hat, and it's not even that bad out right now. It's only 98, it's super humid. But I am back in the Jeep with the AC going. I got these pictures. We'll see if it shows better this time. Right now I'm just kind of scrolling through. Yeah, you see it. Scrolling, selecting pictures. And this makes it super easy. Super easy. There you go. I don't know if you can see it or not. You see the camera. 152 pictures. And there you go. The fleet's over there. Look at that. Cars are over there. 152 pictures. Same thing as when I checked it in. Just make it super easy. That way there's no question about it whatsoever. With your guests, with Turo, with yourself. You just know it's all right here. Now, as soon as those pictures are done and over with, I delete them off my phone because obviously my phone will start getting stacked up with storage real quick. So that's kind of how I go about it. The Fiesta came back yesterday. The Civic came back yesterday. The Ford Focus, that came back 2 days ago, and I still don't have a booking on it. I'm a little stressed about it. Not stressed, just I'm anxious. I'm anxious. I want it out. It doesn't do me any good if it's sitting here. The Civic goes out today. As soon as I get done with this, I'm gonna go wash it up like I said and steam clean it. Steam the inside instead of wiping everything down. I try not to do too much alcohol wipes on everything, mainly because of the leather. I don't want it pulling off all the dye and all the seal on the leather. That's just kind of how I am. That's why I'm able to keep the cars as long as I have been. Like that Civic's got almost 100,000 miles on it and it still looks pretty brand new. Later on, I got the Forte coming back, and then I got the Mazda 6 coming back. So I got a quiet car. So I have quite a few cars sitting here. I'm not too thrilled about that. I forgot my mileage, so let's go back through my pictures, library. And this runner was great too. She brought it back clean, full, and 97235. Let's see, 97235. Only went 142 miles. Look at that. She probably didn't use any fuel, but that's the way it goes. A lot of time they get these cars just so they don't have to Uber. It's probably cheaper for them to have the car, and they have that little bit of security, like, hey, I can go do what I want if I want to. So, but that was, I mean, 100 and something miles in 4 days. Yeah, We'll take those all day long. Anyhow, that's for the most part, that's it. I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna go take that car for a spin to get it cleaned up, make sure it's all detailed dialed for the next renter, and just try and smash it out real quick instead of trying to move cameras and all. You know, as much as I love the content, but that's what's gonna happen. Hope this helped you guys out. You kind of see what it's like. It's not too bad. Seven cars, which actually this is the 7th, the Jeep, and it's getting it's probably gonna get delisted because I sold my XJ and I sold the dually, so probably gonna make this the full-time daily. And if that happens, y'all might see a Jeep build on here. This thing's too stock for me. It just ain't working. But that's pretty much it. 7 cars, 6 cars. Now it's back to 6 cars. And I'll have 5 sitting this week, or 5 sitting tonight. I don't like it, but it is what it is. It's kind of the nature of the beast. It comes with the territory. Just got to make sure you're prepared for the worst and hope for the best, and find different ways to help kind of market your own stuff. You can do this with YouTube, or not YouTube. You can do this with like Facebook stuff, all that stuff. But then that kind of attracts the locals, which honestly I've gotten some good locals and I've had some bad ones. It is what it is. They're all renters. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Y'all know what to do down there. Later.